Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Now is not a good time to be a scientist in the United States of America. In fact, it is a horrible time to be a scientist in the United States because at least 10 scientists over the past few years have been murdered. They have mysteriously died or just vanished. Yeah, let's check out this article in CNN. At least 10 people tied to sensitive U.S. research have died or disappeared in recent years, sparking federal investigation. A nuclear physicist and MIT professor fatally shot outside his Massachusetts residence. A retired Air Force general missing from his New Mexico home. An aerospace engineer who disappeared during a hike in Los Angeles. These are among at least 10 individuals connected to sensitive U.S. nuclear and aerospace research who have died or disappeared in recent years, prompting concerns whether they are connected and fueling speculation online about the possibility of nefarious activity. The FBI now says it is spearheading the effort to look for connections into the missing and deceased scientists, adding that it is working with the Department of Energy, Department of War, and with our state and local law enforcement partners to find answers. Separately, the Republican-led House Oversight Committee announced Monday it will investigate reports of the deaths and disappearances of the individuals whom it said had access to sensitive scientific information. We can stop right there, fam. Here's the deal. This is also directly tied to Trump. Scientists being targeted, because just this weekend, a group of scientists who accused Trump of undermining biochemical research was threatened with jail. In fact, they were kicked out of a conference in New Orleans. How is this happening? Why is this happening? America, Statue of Liberty, is supposed to be, country of freedom, and we're supposed to be the truth seekers, right? We're the truth seekers. We're the ones that the rest of the bad people in the world look at and say, well, I'm not going over there because I'll end up in jail if I do something bad. I'm a bad guy. I can't go to the United States. It's the place where the people that get bad things done to them say, I need to get out and seek refuge. I need to go to the United States and get some freedom. I need to go where the politicians are honest and righteous, and Christian. I need to go. What's going on, family? What's going on? How did we get here? 5 scientists, including the editor-in-chief of America's leading diabetes journal, were removed from the field's premier annual conference after handing out a research editorial criticizing the Trump administration's dismantling of biomedical science. This is extremely dangerous, extremely alarming, because nurses and doctors depend on the research, the brilliance, the excellence, the intelligence of scientists to do their job effectively, to take care of their patients. And it goes so much further than that. You got journalists being attacked, they're targeted. You got researchers being targeted, and you got scientists being targeted. Who's next? Family, if this ain't fascism, I don't know what is. This nation is off the rails right now. It's crazy. The trip part is the Albanians, they seem to have more heart than Americans do. And we're supposed to be the land of the free, the home of the brave. Well, we know that free thing is out the window now. We know that for a fact. And this brave thing, you could say it's out the window too, because I don't see any soldiers in the streets. I don't see any soldiers in the streets fighting for the people, right? I don't see any of them standing up against this tyranny. That's exactly what it is. This dude is dead set on being a dictator, and he got people shook. You know what's happening also, fam? There are people who have decided that they don't want to be a scientist anymore. It's too dangerous. So enrollment is down. You got people who don't want to be a journalist anymore. Enrollment is down. They're afraid that they're going to have to encounter a Trump type. And let me tell you this, for all of y'all who's thinking that in another year and a half, this will be over. I got news for you. Even if Trump leaves office, he has set a dangerous precedent so that something like this can happen again. Anything that happens once can happen twice. Well, except your birth. But then again, that could happen twice, depending on what your beliefs are, right? But yeah, fam, but in general, if it can happen once, it can happen again, you know? Yeah, and again and again and again, especially like in America, because America likes to go backwards. You know, America is one of the few societies that goes backwards socially. Societies are supposed to go forward. America consistently goes backwards. And I think that's because it's just the hatred in America is so deeply rooted, and the incompetence in America and the arrogance in America is so deeply rooted. America cannot get out of its way. So that's why we're going to continue to have issues here, even after Trump is gone, when he's long gone, because trust you me, the Republicans are going to run another candidate just like him, and somebody who's actually going to try to up Trump. They're going to try to outdo the wickedness of him. He has created a template, and trust you me, that his predecessors are going to, not predecessors, but his successors are going to implement some of the things that he did to circumvent justice, and also, you know, to circumvent policy and the law. Yeah, it's going to happen. So, hey, fam, look, it's all downhill from here. It's just all downhill. There's no way possible that we're in the year 2026 and something like this is happening. You got one man having this much power. And so many other men who are in positions who have traditionally had power and who are not exerting that power, you know, who are not asserting themselves. I really thought we was past. I never thought something like this would happen. But this goes to show you, fam, how slavery was possible and how it lasted for so long and how you ended up with Jim Crow, the Tuskegee experiment, how you ended up with Tulsa being bombed and raped and pillaged. All of these things, all of it, and atrocities, you know, like the Trail of Tears. All of these atrocities, you know, it was because of the very same guys who are in office right now. It was their ancestors. Yeah. Some of them are direct descendants of slave owners. Did you know that? Some of them are direct descendants. So nothing's changed but the names and the faces. And in some cases, the names didn't change because they inherited their ancestors' name, you know, first and last name. It's a cold game, fam. It's a cold-blooded game. The family members of these scientists that have gone missing are shook, and they're scared. They want answers, but they don't want to push too hard because they know if they can just take out that many scientists, and when I say go missing, they're presumed dead. Yeah. They're dropping dead left and right. And I don't see anybody getting off the gas. They're talking about investigating. Interesting. Imagine going to rob a store and then you get the money, stash the money, and then go back out and then look for the robbers. You know, it's akin to stealing somebody's money, you know, in your house or whatever, or in their house. You steal their money and then you help them look for it. Interesting. Buckle up, fam. This is going to be a long, long ride. No more talk.